I'm Andy Caspear, and I'm the Assistant Vice President for Facility Support Services at Kentucky Community Technical College System. In our system, we have 16 colleges on 70 campuses, and so I have a wide variety of projects because anything that gets built or renovated or maintained, we're dealing with it. Normally, I have about 100 to 125 projects going on. Right now, our current budget that we're getting ready to implement soon is $600 million worth of construction spread out over 63 new projects that are going to be added to the projects we already have going. Especially in our case, it's transparency. In the old days with paper, if I needed to inform you of something, I needed to make a copy of it or somehow find a way to inform you. With it being an eComm and with the security that eComm has, I can control getting you access to the things you need to see and not burdening you with the things that you don't need to see. And so I think as far as communication and transparency, I don't have to worry that I keep that college president at each college informed of his projects. I could get him access to his projects so he can go see project schedules, he could see project budgets, he could see the last meeting minutes from a project, he can see photographs of the contractors taken on a daily basis. Without ever having to get on the phone and figure out how to get in touch with me and get me on the phone and talk it through, then I have to go gather it. He can see it right away. So it's a benefit there. And that's why we have eComm instead of there are a wide variety of other systems that manage construction, right? I mean, I could name a whole list of them. Actually, before we settled on eComm, we had looked at 8 of your competitors, and every one of those competitors said, here's our box, here's our system, you make your processes work inside that. I'm government. I've got my own processes and I don't care about your processes. I have to comply with my laws. I have to comply with how many people I have to get to approve things. And so what eComm brought to us that nobody else did is eComm opens its box. I can say, I need this piece of paper to go through all of this and get signed off here and there and yonder. And so what happened with eComm, I didn't have to change the way I did things. eComm molded itself to do things my way. And so no more training of my people trying to show them the new way we're going to do it after they've been doing it the same way for a long time. We just basically said, you don't have a piece of paper now, you have it on your screen. It's the same thing, you're just seeing it that way. So the transition from paper to digital through eComm was vastly different than it would have been if we'd had to adapt our processes to a standardized system. We still had projects that we were continuing to do with the state. So we were in eComm because they were using eComm too. So we're looking at projects that are in their customized version of eComm. And then we had our own brand new projects that we were implementing using our customized version of eComm. And then there were projects that, just to give it a twist, we said, okay, after design, we're going to switch it to our system instead of their system. Or we've even had a couple of projects lately where it stayed in their system all the way through, about halfway through construction, and then all of a sudden we wanted to change because they're backing away from ours. So that's a very complicated thing, but Glenn Imaging and eComm, with just a short little discussion with you and your team, you guys made the adjustments to the workflows so that from my staff standpoint, from my contractors, from my architects, they didn't really see the difference other than now when they processed a piece of paper, it went to a different person in a different route. But as far as they're concerned, their job stayed the same. So eComm, because of its flexibility and customization, we were able to make that transition where if I were to ask one of my staff members, okay, are you under the old system, the new system, or a hybrid system? They probably can't tell me because the project flows work exactly right for them no matter which way it's going. So the complication went away. If I'm dealing with any other construction management software, I might have a support desk somewhere that I can call and I can tell them my problem and they'll tell me how to make what I'm trying to do work in their system. But with the eComm support team, I can call Amanda or Shelby or anybody that I know on a personal basis and I could say, here's what I'm trying to do. And whether it was something we've ever done before or if it's just a one-off that we need to do, they can make it happen, and they can make it happen in minutes. I mean, we're not talking about, okay, we'll get our development team together and we'll give this to you in 2 months. Usually by the end of the day, I'm solved and moved on. In fact, just had that problem yesterday, Amanda. I had to call you because I had some bid documents that seemed to be awry, and we over the phone just took care of it, and you were able to tell me what I needed to do to get what I needed in that bid in there. And so we were able to avoid having to do an addendum and delay the bid opening to get the go on. I don't think I could have gotten that if it wasn't for dealing with eComm. I think if I was trying to do that with somebody else, I would have had to delay that bid, and I would have had to wait for some time to get resolved.